2.
Welcome to Clear Coat Confessions, where the dirt gets hunted down and the shine hits like a knockout. From beat-up daily drivers to weekend showstoppers, we're breaking down the art of clean, one panel at a time. Detailing tips, insider tricks, and the kind of passion that doesn't wash off. So pull up, tune in, and let's make that ride look dangerous again.
All opinions expressed on Clear Coat Confessions are those of the hosts and do not reflect the views of any affiliates or sponsors.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Clear Coat Confessions, the podcast where we pull back the curtain on everything car detailing, business, and the grind behind the gloss. Adamo and I are your hosts. Unfortunately, Adamo is unable to make it tonight, so it's just going to be me. I'll be watching the chat and marking your questions. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Super Dave and Franco will be doing their usual asking questions and managing the conversation and making sure it all goes smoothly. Well, you better just wake up there, Franco. Otherwise, you're going to be put on the bench, and we'll use little Eddie this time. Now, just so everybody knows, I just got back from a 3-week vacation. Well, I mean, I'm always on vacation.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're always on vacation.
Yeah, but this one was definitely some time away. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. I enjoyed every single second of the time away. It was amazing just to unplug, rest, step away from the buffers and the wash bays for a minute. Well, maybe I didn't step away from any of that, but I did have a blast while I was doing it. Helped my brother, some friends, brother-in-law, went up and visited Steve Pearson, had lunch with Ross in New Jersey. Alex was supposed to be there, but he ended up having an emergency, and Aaron was going to be there, but he actually took off for his new home that morning. But as good as the break always is to take, there's nothing quite like being home and getting back to work, or as much as work that as I can do around the house. And I mean, getting back to the mic, behind the mic, hanging out with the Clear Coat Confession homies and everyone listening in. So welcome, everyone. We've got a fun episode tonight lined up for you. Whether you're a weekend warrior or running your own shop, we're covering some ground today that you don't want to miss. Now, you know how we do it here. For those of you catching us live and hanging out, don't forget to drop your questions and thoughts right in the chat. We love interacting with everyone. So keep those questions coming in. Most of them, yeah. I mean, Chingy, I'm disappointed in, and Brandon, they're supposed to be here, but we'll give them. They're busy. They work. All we ask you to do is keep the conversation respectful, constructive, and professional in the comments. And let's get going. Now we've got.
Look at you, Franco, on the respectful part.
Yeah. We don't have to worry about little Eddie. So we're going to do something a little different today. I sent Fernando a message, and Fernando, he actually has an assistant who helps him put everything together. And Fernando came up with a few suggestions. And whoever joined, just give me a minute here. And we're going to Eileen. Okay, good. So I'm going to just read a couple of the topics here. We've got 4 that we're going to go through, 2 the first half, 2 the second half. And I'm going to let the people on screen pick what they want to talk about. So first subject.
Well, if you can, just real quick, if Eileen's in the waiting room, go ahead and pop her in if you can. I know that you always have Adamo to help with that, but
yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't do both, right? Exactly.
Hey guys.
Hey.
What's up?
All right.
What's up?
All right. So here's our first choice. What's something you changed your mind about in the detailing business. An example of that might be a product you thought was hype, but now you're really enjoying, product you swore by, but you're not using anymore, or technique you've completely changed or removed from your process. The second one that we can choose from is, are we overcomplicating our detailing? Too many pre-washes. We've seen that recently, right?
I love that. I love that topic.
Yeah, I mean, I did quite a few pre-washes when I was down in Virginia, on the BMW mostly.
With Brake Buster, a pre-wash with Brake Buster.
Yeah. He's never going to live that one down, but yeah, he's got a bunch of it, and B. Riley was nice enough to drop off about 5 gallons of stuff for Mark and a bunch of other things. So it was really nice of Brandon to do. So pre-washes, when does safe become excessive? Are YouTubers making detailing look harder than it needs to be? So which one? I will open this up to you guys. I'll go either way. What's something you changed your mind about in the detailing world? Are we overcomplicating detailing? Eileen, what's your choice?
I think maybe the hybrid question. Well, the process,
Overcomplicating.
the process that you started, maybe you didn't like, but then you changed it up and ended up liking it. So for me, that would be a hybrid rinseless situation.
And so, Franco, what about you? Which direction do you want to go? 1 or 2?
Man, I want to go 2. I like the overcomplicating. Are we doing a little too much? Are we making it look too hard? I like that. I like that.
Okay. And Dave?
I like number 2.
Alvin?
I'd go with the first one.
Oh.
First one, and we got a number 2. So we've got a 2, 1, 2.
I got 2 twos.
3, 4 twos. We got 4 twos. Tiebreaker is going to go to
Fernando.
Jason.
Oh, Jason.
Yeah, I thought the pre-wash, and that's number 2, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
All right, let's drop a deuce.
It doesn't matter what Fernando picks. We're doing 2.
It don't matter anymore.
I thought I said your name, Fernando.
What?
Little Eddie voted for 1.
Also, we could save it for another week.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
we definitely can. Because I love texting you at 4:00 in the afternoon. What do you want to talk about, Fernando? Thank God you're Oops.
Whoopsie.
Greg,
hold
on.
Are
you starring the questions since Adambo's not here?
Don't know where that's coming from.
Oh, if you need help, I can do the questions too. I don't know how to do that.
It won't let me star them. So
I have no idea what's going on here, guys. Give me a minute.
Don't worry.
Going off the rails.
Eileen, we know you have experience, but we're not going to put you to work on your second time showing up here.
It's going to give me a little PTSD, I think.
You're just here to talk. That's how you know.
Well, why don't we?
Let's go ahead and start. Let's go ahead. Is the process too complicated? And Jason, let's go with Jason, and then we'll go with Eileen.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Oh yeah, we can hear you.
Gotcha.
Did you guys hear that music?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't know what happened. My computer just started playing one of the intros. So
Yeah, I saw that. It played on the screen.
yeah, okay. Sorry about that. So let's go ahead
Take your
and
meds.
go.
Don't worry about it.
I have been off my meds for the past 3 weeks. So thanks for the reminder.
It's all good. It's all good.
All right. So Jason,
So when it comes to pre-wash stuff and so I guess I probably have more questions than I would have answers. So I don't know if that is a great way to, again, maybe coming from a DIYer perspective and, not someone out in the field, doing this every day. And I think some of it comes down to the contamination I deal with. Because I know a lot of times they're talking about, really, I should maybe be using more of an acidic shampoo most of the time for a pre-wash, because it's a mineral contamination instead of, like a high alkaline, because, that'd be more for organic stuff. So, and I don't know. I mean, again, these are things that, my only opportunity is to try stuff. So again, I don't know if, and again, I don't know if it's even, is it even warranted? Is it something that, can a pH neutral knock it out just fine anyways, and really just save that other stuff for when you really need, unclogging a coating or something?
That's my position. Just to further along this little conversation before we go to Eileen, that's my position. Like it depends on what you're doing, right? So if you're just doing a maintenance wash on a coated car or non-coated car, the one you've never seen before, regardless, I might use an alkaline. I might use an acid pre-wash, and I spray it on. I don't use a whole lot of foam, but it boils down to how clean does the car have to be before you actually put a mitt or a sponge to it. And I think it's highly overcomplicated. And, did you even try a pH neutral soap first to see if it's going to clean the car?
Right.
When have you ever used a pH neutral soap and not had a clean car at the end of the wash? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and that surprises me too, when people refer to as like a pH neutral soap as something that doesn't clean. It's just for foaming or just for, and it's like, there's surfactants in there. I mean, if it's not cleaning something, I don't see the point of it even calling it a soap. So I don't know. I just thought that was strange when, I heard that comment that, pH neutral is like you have to either have something high alkaline or acidic for it to actually do something.
Well, high alkaline is gonna more attack like that road grime or that tar and stuff like that. Like, if you got just dust and physical things on your car, pH neutral is going to handle it just fine. And if whatever that doesn't get, the mechanical will get it from the sponge or mitt.
Sure.
Eileen,
Remind me what the question was again.
it is overcomplicating the process, detailing.
And specifically, I'm assuming we're talking about pre-wash, because that's what
whatever you want.
Whatever you want. Any part of the process.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll continue the conversation with pre-wash. I personally don't use pre-wash that much. Most of the cars, I feel like, aren't really warranted that, unless I'm dealing with like maybe a vehicle that's like really muddy and I want to break down that film on there before I come in with the contact wash. I'll do that. And most of the times, if I'm doing a pre-wash, I'm doing like a high pH. Not really an acidic one, but most of the time I think just like someone said earlier, like just a neutral soap, just the normal soap that I'm using on an everyday basis is a good enough pre-wash. Even if I do 2 rounds of that works pretty well without having to, go out there and do the most.
And you're in the trenches, you're dealing with pretty dirty cars, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. But
I
mean, there's nothing that like a little BDE or something that's got a little kick to it, adding a little bit of that in the soap, that usually helps kind of break that down for me. So
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, because you have, I'm sorry, go ahead, Fernando.
I was gonna say, you have to assess the situation, right? Because if you see a dirty car that has bugs, then you do the extras, right? But sometimes it's just people want to do the extras because they heard of it, or hey, this is the new fad to do, right? 3 pH every wash. You don't need that, and I think it's a lot of miseducation and a lot of it. But I've been known to overcomplicate it because I want to go try a different soap, right? Perfect example was this weekend. I washed the car and I did touchless on there to remove all the first layer of grime. It was pretty bad. And then I still foamed it again just because I wanted to go try the soap. And so I foamed it again. I'm like, all right, I'm here. Might as well do it, right? So that was self-inflicted, but the complication. But I think it's part of it is, your own if you're having fun with it, just keep doing it. But for a business, I mean, you have to be very selective and be efficient, right?
Yeah, we've got difficult showed up a little bit late, so you know what that means, right, guys?
Shame. Shame.
You got me.
Shame.
I have no idea.
Shame.
I don't know if that's any of my business.
Yeah.
But Vice, I mean, like what part of the process is overcomplicated for you? Like what grinds your gears with the
Well, nothing really grinds my gears, but I'll go off the same topic of pre-washing. Like, if you think about it, we haven't always had pre-washes per se. I know, at least me, when I first started detailing, I would do foam, rinse, foam, and I did it with a pH neutral, and I've never had any problems with it. But nowadays, we have so many options that why would you not use a pre-wash just to make it safer? But at the end of the day, if you think of like the beginning of detailing, they weren't even using like chenille mitts. So like the more time goes on, the more complicated everyone's process gets, just because we have so many options. It's like ice cream. Like most people like vanilla or chocolate, but every ice cream place you go to has like 50 flavors.
Or 31, right?
It's massively redundant.
Yeah. I mean, and that goes into what I was thinking too, is that, okay, so what, I've got to, like today I went out and I left the car with my son, the Mustang with my son. So he drove it around for a couple 100 miles and changed a few settings in the car. And I went out and washed it. Do I want to use a sprayer? Do I want to use an IK foamer? Do I want to use the foam cannon? Do I just want to use a hand sprayer? What do I need to do to get this thing started? And where a year ago, this is actually the day that I drove out to Pocatello for the first time. A year and a month ago, I'm just picking up a foam cannon and spraying everything on.
Using Dawn dish soap, right?
No Dawn dish soap. I was past that. I was definitely past that. Well, yeah, there was probably some Brake Buster. There were some Adams. There were some KCX.
Chemical guys, honeydew.
Yeah.
No.
Sticky.
No, I never bought any of that. Chemical guys. And I just started to get some of the Thor products as well. So yeah, there you go.
There it is.
Didn't let us down, David. So yeah, we're definitely overcomplicating it. And for me as a weekender, it doesn't matter. I can overcomplicate it, but I don't like to. But if I've got a car coming over, like if you heard me on the phone just before we got started, there was my son's friend. We're going to be coating his car in the next week or two. I'll have everything set up before he gets here. But this morning it was a half hour just trying to figure out, okay, what do I want to do? What do I want to use? And how do I want to do it?
How long that take you?
Think about
It's
it,
just so overcomplicated. Yeah.
If you think
what's
about
that,
it, Greg,
Dave?
like
I was just saying, how long did that take you to figure out? About 45 minutes to an hour?
No, it was about 10 minutes.
I know, I'm messing with you.
No. Are you really?
No, I'm actually quite serious.
Yeah. What were you saying, Vice?
if you think about it, Greg, like when you went to go visit your brother, you had limited options to send him so that you can get the job done. And B. Riley was talking about it earlier today as well, that he's going to try to get, or not B. Riley, actually, it was Neil, that he was going to get his neighbor into washing his car and what specific items we can recommend. And you have to be really basic with a newcomer because you can't just overload them with a whole bunch of products to buy. You got to give them something simple so that they can, dive deeper into it. So the more you think about it, we all probably overcomplicate things, but you started very simple. And at the end of the day, I think simple is probably better at the end of the day.
We have a podcast about detailing and chemicals. You think we overcomplicate it?
Just a little bit, just a smidge.
So I got my daughter here with me.
Hey.
And
Hey.
so we just got done, and this is one of those things that I was like, this 2-bucket thing, I'm like, that is too complicated for me. I cannot do that. But in honor of Franco, we stuck it out. She spotted these little mini buckets. So yeah, do you want to show our work? So this we'll have a video coming out, but she used her little mini buckets, a 2-bucket method. So we did a foam rinse foam using a Yum rinseless on the RC here, and so yeah. And I swore that was too complicated. I'm like, nah, this doesn't even make sense. But yeah, tell them about that.
So there's 2 buckets, and then we emptied the one that was like for the clean water, and then we poured.
It was a white bucket.
It was a white bucket, and then the other one was a blue one. So we poured the blue bucket that was like for the dirty into the clean one, and there was like dirt and stuff on the bottom, and it was like brown basically.
Yeah. So I mean, that's something where I swore that was overcomplicating it, but seeing that, and I know you showed it the other day, Franco, but seeing that, like I told Faith, I'm like, I'm so glad I just converted my single bucket stick shift to a dual. She helped me do that this afternoon, and
Shameless
I'm
plug.
like, man, this is great timing because I'm gonna overcomplicate something, but I think it's gonna be worth it. So,
but that's to me, it's been around long. Not to me, but just in fact, the 2-bucket method has been around for a very long time, and it just, to me, it makes sense. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. Okay, well, we're still friends, and we're still gonna have fun. But then the 2-bucket method, instead of sticking around and people, and I say people, I see detailers on YouTube saying, hey, instead of a 2-bucket method, why don't you use the foam rinse foam method? Because this is safer, because the lubricious and this and this and that and that. And, there's room for everything. There's room for every process, but I don't like it when it gets divisive and like the 2-bucket method is dead. And that's just an unsafe way to wash your car, and get out of here with that. Cause it's not true. Like,
everybody's got their own way to do it, right?
Yeah. There's room for both methods, and I'm not pooping on the foam rinse foam method. If that's what you like, that's too much for me personally. I'd rather fill up 2 buckets and have a good time. But I mean, it's are you foaming a car and doing all that good stuff, and then claying, and then what's the end process? Are you gonna clay and polish? Why are you doing the most safest route? Even if you have 2 buckets and 2 foams and you're doing all this, that takes time. That takes a lot of time. Foaming, letting it dwell, rinsing it, foaming it again. You got money to make. You got things to do other than this all freaking day long, unless that's what you're planning. But I mean, I'm not saying we should wash the cars unsafely, but maybe skip some of those extra like non-scratch free steps if we're going to polish the car anyways.
Sure.
Just go straight to contact wash. Fuck it.
Yeah. I mean, rinse it down, contact wash it, clay it, get it done.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you have to ask me why we're overcomplicating things, I blame YouTube and the chemical companies because they put it out there in the world, and we're sometimes mindless idiots, and we gotta buy. So we buy all this crap, and then we got like, oh shit, now I gotta use it. So we overcomplicate it, I think, purposely, just so we can use the stuff that we have in the house. So otherwise, it's gonna go bad. Yeah.
She's complaining about you buy.
She's like, that's my cousin.
Goes to college
playing with.
Exactly. Let's marry her off early.
She sees what's in that garage. She knows what's up.
Yeah, she's right now in overload, seeing what's going on in here. So
she's looking at her legacy, all her pack outs. She's gonna inherit.
One day, everything your eyes touch will be yours. One day, and then she's like, "Shit, I got screwed."
It's got Ryobi tools inside.
Yeah, chemical guys stuff left over, right?
Right.
What about you,
Yeah,
Alvin?
but Alvin, go ahead.
Yeah, I was thinking, like you said, it is partly the chemical company's fault. I remember way back when we would just use a regular soap, and then you just throw in some like APC into it, right, just to make it clean better. But now you have like an 8 pH soap as like a mild alkaline, then you have a strong alkaline, then you have a mild acidic. It's just too many products. You're overcomplicating things, and you can just go back, the way we used to do it before. It's just real simple, but people, it is almost like a trend. You circle back to certain things. You use 2 buckets. It's not 2 buckets. You don't need to do this. You need to do this now. So I think a lot of choices that we have, it's unnecessary. I mean, now all of a sudden we need 3 foam cannons, one for an acidic one for a pH neutral, one for an alkaline one. Same thing with your IK sprayers or a keg, or even the cartons or the Sunjos. Did we really need it? I was using a Home Depot HDX sprayer, and I was getting along fine with that. But now I have like 3 of them. So
I'll even argue that it makes the process even more dangerous. And hear me out on this one, because if I rinse my Bronco off, I'm looking at it right now. If I rinse it off and hit it with the pH neutral soap, and it's really hot and windy, and my driver's side dries, and while I'm washing the passenger side, I rinse it off, and it reactivates, and everything's nice and clean, and I dry, I'm good to go. With all these other chemicals, they come with the promise of using this high alkaline, give it a premix or a decon or whatever you go, or a acidic wash. This is going to break down the sap. This is going to break down the road film and provide a safer wash. But don't let it dry in your car. Well, yeah, I mean, now it's the safer way to wash my car. But if I let it dry even just a little bit, I could stain. So now which is it? Like, is this safer or is this more dangerous?
I guess it's a flip side of the thing, where the longer we've gone along, the more knowledgeable people are about like using different pH chemicals and how that works. And then you bring it back to the masses, and that has more knowledge, but at the same time it overcomplicates things. So yes, you are being safer, but then at the same time you're making it more complicated. And then the people that just start out and get overwhelmed with all that, it's like an overload pretty much.
Oh yeah.
And if they don't know how to use it right, then they screw up something. Like, I'm sure someone used a wheel acid without looking into it, and screwed their wheels.
That's the wheel, yeah.
Yeah. Now, I mean, also you got to also consider how in depth are you getting into the detail? Are you just looking to maintain your car? Or are you like the weekend warrior that's like putting a coating on every weekend, for a friend or family member yourself? Because if you're just trying to get away with keeping your car clean, you can get away with like 4 or 5, different chemicals, and you're pretty much set. But if you're trying to get, the car clayed and sealed or coated and polished and all that stuff, you do need a lot of stuff. And that's where the confusion comes in. Don't even get started on the different polishes and pad combos you need to have for different paints. I mean, so it can get confusing. That's where education obviously comes into it. But again, then we get back to, all right, well, who do I listen to? And then we're back to buying a lot of crap that we don't know what to do with.
We didn't even get into the pad polish combo. Like,
yeah, do you know how many pads
the myriad combinations
Shine makes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maroon, orange, white, yellow, blue, teal.
I thought Reggie made a good point today. And that one thing that he said he was talking with his boss about, educating, explaining why they have the product, not just what they have and how to use it. Why are you doing it? And that's a big thing that I've always believed in, is if you know why, then you have an opportunity to learn from it and use what you learn in other areas and grow. But if you just know what to do, you get complacent. You just kind of, well, this is all I do. This is, and I try to do that with our employees at the shop. I teach them why, because if they know why they're doing something, it's a whole different, story.
You got to explain to the guy with one eye why you got to wear safety glasses.
Luckily not that yet, but
I know when I was first getting started, it was all the foam cannon rage and all that stuff. And I came in late because a buddy of mine showed it to me one day, and he was like, dude, check this out. And it was It was just a regular manifold with the big plastic bottle with the 28 millimeter thread on it. You know, the original starters of it, and he sprayed on this foam. I was like, dude, this is fun, but I don't know. I didn't buy it at first, and then fast forward a couple years later, you know, I got into detailing, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta have a foam can, I gotta have an MJJC, I gotta have this, I gotta have that, I gotta get a pressure washer, I gotta do. And then I started doing all this, and the frequency that I wanted to do it at, that I was washing my Bronco and the Mazda. Well, actually, it was two different cars, but anyways, yeah, I was washing two cars, mine and my girlfriend's, and then the family members, as many times as I could. So I was washing 4 cars a month, one a week if I could. And I was breaking all this stuff out, and I'm like, man, this is monotonous. Like at first it was fun, but now it's just killing me. You know, having to break out the pressure washer and rinse foam a car every single time. That's my own personal hell. And I figured out, and you know, and not only that, but what I was first told in the beginning that I bought into, because I didn't, you know how to Google apparently, but the rinsing your car. If you rinse your car off with water and there's no lubrication, you're going to scratch your car. I bought into that hook, line, and sinker, and I'm like, oh, I should never do that. And yeah, I've been washing my car. Yeah.
Where'd you hear a stupid thing like that?
But you know, like you hear professionals say this stuff, and you buy into it, and then you Google it, and you're like, then you experience it. I haven't been using foam. I've used foam for the last 2 washes because I'm just having fun with Primus and Purifica. But 90% of my washes, I just go outside, wet the car down, and get to washing. And I don't have any love marks. I just don't, because for me, it's not the lubriciousness of the soap. It's not this. It's not that. It's the drying aid at the end. For me, it's all how hard we touch our cars. If you
that
have
sounds so dirty.
you gotta have a gentle touch. You know, all our lives we were taught what to put some elbow grease behind it. You know, like you know, if you're gonna clean that, you gotta scrub it off. So you gotta untrain your mind from touching your car that hard when you're washing it, and you let the chemicals do the work. Yes, they do work, but yeah, it's
well. I can tell you that when I started doing this back in the mid to late
30s.
70s.
Oh, 70s.
Is that the 1870s?
I really missed you guys.
So, all right, go ahead. Tell us about the horse and cart. What'd you do to it?
He was detailing horses, not cars.
I completely lost my train of thought. So let me just say something real quick. So you guys know that I was back there, and I visited a few people, and one of the people that I visited, one of the detailers that I visited was Steve Pearson up in about an hour and a half north of Philly. We detailed his wife. Yes, KTM motorcycle with 170 horsepower. The thing is just gorgeous. But his wife made some cookies for me.
Oh, wow. They survived the trip.
Look at that.
Well, one of them did.
Thank you. Again.
Is that a Domino's?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Sure it is.
I think it's a candle. They have mold growing on it.
Yeah, no, man, no, they were good. The cookies were good and appreciated. He also let me drive his race simulator, which was it's not as easy as you think. It's not as easy as just going like this. It's got the haptic feedback and the crashing, and
it's really hard to turn on those.
Yeah, it is. Anyway, sorry to throw you guys off a little bit. I just wanted to get that out there a little bit.
All right. What else we got? Who else wants to chime in? Vice.
Anybody once? Gone twice?
Well, here. I'll go another step further today. So I'm getting ready to. I finished the Mustang and decided that I wanted to do something with the Acura. The Acura is 24 years old, almost 400,000 miles on it, and it's probably going to need a transmission and a timing belt by the end of the year, and at least, and I'm not going to repair it at this point. I'm going to get something new. So it's going to last for as long as it lasts. It's got some products on it that I'm trying to get off. And I was talking with Dave about this earlier today, and I was able. The interesting thing is the driver's side has, on one door it has one product, on another door it has another product from the same manufacturer. On the other side it has Bullet on both sides. I was easily able to get the Bullet off of one door, but not off of the other door. I go to the other product, and the same thing. One of the spray waxes that I forget what product it was for PPF. I couldn't get that off, but the regular spray wax, I was able to get off easily. So I'm just sitting there trying to figure out, what do I need to do to get this off? And then I just tried a bunch of different products. And then when I talked with Dave, one of the things he said was, here I go. I was overcomplicating it. He said, well, most of these products are going to need you're going to need something high pH to get them off. And so that's going to be my first thing that I do tomorrow. I was just throwing things at it, and I wasn't thinking about it logically. And I wasted probably about a half hour, 45 minutes just playing around with that. And that was inspired by the video that Chelsea did today, where she was doing the torture test on the Phoenix Chronos graphene coating.
Yeah, you got some Bifrost?
Yeah, Bifrost. No, those spray-ons that told Bifrost to.
Greg, tell him what you asked me. Tell him what you asked me about Bifrost.
Oh,
okay. I'm gonna have to plead. Was it something? Is Bifrost really that strong? Or I don't remember what I asked.
Well, yeah, you were just basically like, do you believe that shit? Well, I mean, in their defense,
straight, yeah,
it was straight, right, and it probably went over the chemical resistance of the coating.
pH resistance, yeah.
Right. I mean, it's usually 2 to 13 for most coatings, so it would have been 13 or 14 undiluted.
Well, I was gonna say, before she even got to the Bifrost, she hit it with the acid. She hit it with like a 0 and a 14 pH.
She hit it with everything and the kitchen sink.
Yeah. So by the time it got there, I'm pretty sure it was, weak.
Yeah, that's what I think that's what I said to you, right? Because mine's diluted. Steve, I ate 3 of the 4. Okay, I'm saved one. I saved one. 3 of the 4 are gone, buddy. They didn't make it to Roanoke.
So you were on the phone when you were eating them in the car. I heard you munching on. I was like, dude, what are you eating? He's like, oh, the cookies.
Yeah, that was from lunch with Noah Vice, down 4-hour drive down to Roanoke. It took me 4 hours, Noah.
Hey, Greg, did you win?
The next day I drove 4.5 hours too.
Yeah.
And by the way, since we're on the whole Greg vacation thing, since when is there detailing DoorDash with Brandon from B. Riley, like coming down and bringing supplies to you? I was like, what the hell's up with this?
Yeah, Brandon also drove like 4 hours too, right?
Hour and 45 minutes, and actually,
close enough, Vice. It's okay. You got public education. It's all right.
Yeah, I got some rinseless from Vice too.
Yeah, my favorite rinseless.
Yeah, well,
favorite brand.
I'm sure.
And what kind was it?
It was Yum Rinseless.
I
didn't pay much.
He asked me. He said, "Do you have Yum Rinseless?" And I was like, "I think I have like maybe half a bottle." And then when I checked, I only used it once, so it was like barely even touched.
Yeah, and I only needed a little bit, but he gave me the whole bottle. I bought him lunch.
Wow, what a guy! He'll probably win another one. Don't worry about it.
Oh, he already has. Didn't he already?
He did.
He's got a gift card.
I am back on the game. I'm back at it.
What is the general?
Beating me.
What is the general consensus on Yum Rinseless?
I like it.
I like it.
I got pretty good.
I bought a 5-liter jug of it. You just don't like the smell, Franco. That's why you don't like it.
That's no. It's
I
super
like the
nice.
scent.
The scent
I'm not a
really
fan.
good on it.
I'm not.
It grew on me in the beginning. In the beginning, at first, I was like, oh, "This is a little weird," and then after using it for a little bit, then I was like, "Wait a minute, I kind of like it."
The banana, you get the
It's grown
banana
on me.
Laffy Taffy kind of funky goodness.
Is that what it is? I don't even. I couldn't
no,
even.
It's supposed to be
pear.
pear.
It's called pear drops, which is
Yeah.
like a candy from England. They're actually quite disgusting when you eat them. Only English people like them. But
smells good.
they smell like to us like runts, like the banana runts or like the banana Laffy Taffy.
Mm.
See,
But-
now that you heard that, next time you use it, you're gonna. Be
Now I'm gonna.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I did that to Franco on the first time, and he's like, "Oh
Oh yeah. And then
Yeah.
after a couple times,
And then
I
that
was
was
like,
it. You were done.
yeah,
Yeah,
the power of suggestion."
it's kind of like the mint scent for Christy and Chingy.
Man,
Right.
Yeah.
mint
Yeah.
smells so good. I don't know
It
what you're
does.
talking about.
But
I can't
you
wait
know
for
that-
them to change that stuff.
No,
Let's-
dude. I bought
let's-
3 extra bottles just in case they ruin the scent.
I want to see if I can stir the pot here a little bit. Now we're going back to the overcomplication. Are you guys wetting down your car after rinsing, or rinseless?
That's usually
whatever your
part
process
of
is.
rinsing it. You get it wet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, afterwards. Are you guys yay or nay with
Negative.
drying aids?
Yeah, I like a good dry
protection
aid.
or non. Yeah. Could you not use a drying aid and be just fine? How many?
Depends
of
on
y'all-
what you use.
Water by nature is a lubricant. So you
No, it's
really
actually
don't-
a
Thank
solvent.
you. It's both. It is both a solvent and a lubricant. They have signs dedicated saying slippery when wet.
That is
It is a
correct.
lubricant.
That's usually the cement on a pool.
But no. Yeah. So I mean, for
You
me,
do
it's
you,
an
boo.
overcomplicate-
You want to
Yeah.
use water? Go ahead, use water. I mean, but I'm
That's
you know,
talking about overcomplicating. Were you using a drying aid when you first started washing cars?
well, I wasn't really like I wouldn't say that I was going into the details I'm doing right now when I was washing cars before. Before it would be like, all right, foam it up, rinse it off, I'm done. That was back in like before I was detailing. Now
Drying
I'm
it with water it's not that bad.
it's not that
I
bad, but
haven't I haven't
when you
scratched
got
my
a
car yet.
60, 70, 80, $100,000 car, you're not going to take the chance.
I don't know.
Hey, you want to do whatever you want with your Honda, go ahead, man.
Slippery when wet. I'm
No,
keep
I'm
that
not
in
saying-
the bank,
I use-
Franco. That's a
I know-
good one.
Yeah. No, I use both, but it doesn't kill me. Like if I look at my little toolbox, my little Hercules Harbor Freight toolbox, and I forgot and I forgot my Yum detailer or what have you. I'm like, I'm not going back in the house to get it real quick. I'm just going to dry my car down and I'm good to go. Once again, my car is not scratched. I have not scratched anyone's car, not using a drying aid. So
Your car is
for
also
me-
coated though.
yes, 100%. And a lot of the uncoated cars are what? Not polished. So,
Doesn't matter.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't use a drying aid. I just raw dog that towel.
Are you
Afterwards,
doing rinseless though?
huh?
Are you using rinseless to like for a wash with you, or
Either way,
okay?
I'm just going straight. Now if what I will do is put a topper on it afterwards, especially if
Okay.
if
So
I'm seeing.
You'll dry
I'll
first
dry it
and
and then I'll do a topper, especially if it's a car that I know I'm gonna see frequently. If it's a car that like I'm just a one and done, then I may not. But I think it's the OCD in me to do that, to like end the wash with a topper of some sort.
What topper do you usually use?
I'm using either some leftover Titan that I still have, or which I won't use in the summer because it sucks in the summer. Wake Eater, their OG quick detailer. I'll use that because it's got a little SiO2 in there. Or if I'm seeing the client multiple times, I'm using Envy.
Oh, okay. So do you like just drying first and then adding that for the maximum protection that those provide? Or are you just against like using that?
I don't like to clog up my drying towels, so I try not to use that. Yeah, because then I have that extra step of like having,
having,
to
to treat your towels.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I don't do it.
There is
why
a
I
spot
stock
where I
kept gone
won't.
away.
Yeah, where I won't use Drynaid is I lately been really getting into like the foam rinse protections. Like the Yum Foam Plus has been really amazing. Touch
Yeah.
on with Melt Amber is really good, and they literally feel slicker just from using those products.
That's
Yeah,
where I was going with that because it is a different feel, right? When you're even after you rinse them off, there's a silkiness, smoothness to those, both of those that you just mentioned, and those it was just really neat. The dry off was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been using Conway sent me Aqua, and I've been using that, and that stuff works really nicely.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of that thing. Yeah.
It's like a wet coat with on steroids, basically.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
See, and for
Yeah, I
those,
just-
oh, go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry. So we on Monday we washed my sister's and her husband's Highlander, and we used I used the Katiba wet coat?
Wet coat, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
for the first time. Wow, that stuff was amazing. It blew him away. He had no idea there was a product like that. I told him to go ahead, sit back and watch what happens when he sprays it off, and he was pretty impressed with it.
And I was just going to add that for those type of products, I haven't used the Aqua yet. Geon wet coat, just whatever spray on, rinse off. For me, I have to do half a car because we've had this conversation in Discord before. But for me, if I try to treat the whole entire car, put my spray bottle down, and then go to rinse it off, it's just I get streaks everywhere. Like I literally have to wash the car again to get the streaks off. So for me, it's user beware. Like talking to myself, like use this smartly and it'll work for you. But yeah, they're nice. Yeah.
There's certain products though that won't be an issue unless you really try. Like if you're in direct sun and you're spraying on super liberal, then yeah, you're gonna get streaks. But there's certain products that I gotta really try to get streaks, like Tech 582, Amplify from ADS, even Envy is kind of hard to get streaks with. The ones I do get streaks with are usually like let's see, if I get lightning in direct sun, that'll give me some streaks here and there. What else? I think that's pretty much it.
Rinseless
what do
too.
Rinseless too.
What do you guys use to get the streaks off your cars whenever you do get streaks? You just keep on rubbing?
Quick detail.
I go 140 miles an hour.
By leaving a cookie?
Well, usually you just use the same product and the streak will come out, unless it's like
sometimes it works.
Unless it has protection in it.
Yeah, it depends on the protection. If it's like super ceramic, then yeah, you may need to use something a little bit stronger.
Most of the time, I would use the same product, but if you use the same product and you keep loading it up, it could get even more streaky.
Yeah.
And then that's when I resort to a quick detailer, and it usually works fine.
Yeah, that works.
Oh, okay. I like using, and I know I've said this, in the Discord, but I've said this, I believe, on one of the shows here, Clear Coat Confessions. But I like a bottle of Ozarka water. If I'm using a protection type product like High Lusters, Purple Juice, or Tech 582, Hot Coat, whatever you name it, if I'm getting streaks from that, and of course I'm in the heat, but I'm in the shade, and I can see those streaks, like I just pour a bottle of Ozarka drinking water in a spray bottle, and I'll use that just to buff the streaks off, and I'm not worried about the water not being lubricated enough or whatever. Like it has a layer of protection on it, but using just regular DI or drinking water, RO water, will help get those streaks off. And that's
RO water is really good.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite quick detailers. Just a bottle of water in a spray bottle. Yeah.
Or just don't screw it up and do it right the first time.
If only, man. God, if
I think the reason why that works is because it's diluting the protection that's streaky.
Yeah, detailing with AK just mentioned how he was getting streaks with lightning, and since he diluted it 1-to-1, he's not getting the streaks anymore. So there you go.
Yeah.
That's even better. Lightning was on sale for like less than $20.
It's $8 right now for a bottle right now.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
Yeah. So questions. We've got some questions, Dave.
Let's do it.
All right. So thanks for the questions, everybody. And if you've got some more questions, I will try and get back in here. We'll go through the questions and then we'll select, another topic. And we've got some spots in here. So here we go. First
All
one
right.
is
David Boyce is asking a question of someone that's not here right now. Is Eileen still in California? I believe she is.
Yes, she is. I just sent her a upgrade hose for her Sunjo, and yeah, she's in California.
And what's her address again? I'm just kidding. Don't.
You're trying to dox people in here.
Yeah. All right. Expedition 3009 says, I want to hear what Fernando says, and so does my friend Emmanuel. All right, Fernando.
What do you say,
the
Fernando?
floor is yours. Your fan club is asking for you.
Yep. Well, I mean, he knows them very well, so I'll let them talk it out.
There you go. Not a man of many words, but when he says something, it matters.
Very profound.
All right. Next question.
Okay.
Conway asks, torture tests are overrated and not realistic. They're just for entertainment.
Yeah.
Not a question, but great statement.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't
definitely
say it's for entertainment. I think it's more because it's hard for them to
That's what she
simulate years of dirt and debris and such. And
Yeah.
that's the closest
Yeah.
we can get.
They're pseudo tests. You know, they're
They're pseudo tests.
They're just saying how
they
tough they are.
They do help create a comparison, right? Because if you compare, if you treat both of them exactly with a high pH and low pH, you know, both, let's say sealants with that, you could see a little bit more duration if the longevity of that product may be longer, right? By applying that, but it shouldn't be that that's the defining process, right? It's
take it with a
just
grain of salt.
Yeah.
All right. Chelsea asks, do you believe mastering machine polishing is more about understanding paint behavior and technique than owning the latest polishers, pads, and compounds? That's a good question.
Yeah.
And I would agree with it's more about the education and knowing what you're doing, because I've seen guys use Harbor Freight trash and get a good paint. And then, you know, having someone that doesn't know what the hell he's doing with like the best Rupes polisher.
I was going to say this. I still use my Harbor Freight, and I've been doing that. So
learning your machine is really important because every machine's a little different too.
Yeah, just don't play with it too long because you will get blind and you'll get hairy palms. All righty. Chelsea also asks, what separates a skilled polisher from someone who simply has great tools?
Technique, right?
Yeah, technique.
Yeah, it's definitely the technique. Yeah.
Technique,
And
the
experience.
understanding of the paint. Time, just time.
So like,
Yep.
for me, I was talking about my Harbor Freight, and then I got the new DIY 25 millimeter polisher. I did not like that. So it doesn't matter the tool, even though it's supposed to be better and safer. For me, it was more comfortable using the smaller 18 millimeter throw.
That's a big kick, man. 25 millimeters. I don't care who you are. It's a lot to handle.
So it's a big adjustment. So the better you are, you know, more skilled you are with that, I think that's more important than the actual tool.
Are you using the Bauer Hercules, or are you using the old Porter Cable knockoff?
No, the Bauer, and then I gave Franco my Hercules force rotation.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so you're going from, I think it's like a 12 millimeter to like a 25. That's like double the rotation.
It was a big change, and you know, it was a big difference. Definitely.
Yeah, I bet.
And
Pans is a little bit better, by the way. Go ahead, Franco.
Yeah, I know.
And just to add a little bit, like, and this is, I mean, we're all different people, and this is all our different experiences. And for me, a longer throw polisher makes me want to go. It makes me want to polish faster. So my arm speed is speeding up because I have such a wide. And when I have like a 9 millimeter or a 15, I don't know. It's not as much, so I just go slower, and it's just a mind thing.
Good
But
night.
you've got to, yeah. But you've got to figure out the machine for yourself and how you
Mhm.
react to the machine. You know, just like Alvin said, that 25 is a little too much, and he didn't like the way it handled. For me, it's arm speed. For you, you'll figure it out. But yeah, it just comes with time and learning what you like to do. So yeah.
All right. Any more?
Yeah, we've got a few more here. So, Good Enough Garage One, who's sitting up in, I think it's Victoria, BC.
Wow.
Ask
All
a
the way from
question.
the Great Plains of Canada, or the mountains, whatever you want to call it.
Hey.
Anyone on the panel actually write down each chemical they own for each part of the process? Results can be crazy.
Some of us don't
Anyone
have enough
here?
paper. Some of us don't have enough paper in our house
Yeah.
to be able to write
Dude,
that
I
down.
need like a couple of different hard drives if I want to go digital, for Christ's sakes.
Fernando just did an audit on himself.
How'd that go, Fernando?
I'm still going through it.
All right. We'll check back next year.
It's gonna take a couple years.
Yeah, I mean, I realize I have way too much. I mean, I could open up a little shop for years, right, and run with what I have already. And so I'm starting. I'm like, all right, I'm stopping right now. I'm gonna use as much as I can right now. So, like this weekend, that's why I overcomplicated it, because I wanted to try out more stuff that I had sitting on my shelf. But yeah, it's easy to pile up and try different stuff because you hear somebody said this and somebody else posted this on video, and so you get into that little FOMO, right? Process. And at least I can say I don't have like 40 different rinselesses.
Look, hey, me and Alvin, we are just testing things, okay? We don't have a problem. You have a problem, all right?
Yeah, you're the problem.
Well, so I think that would be a really good topic. We wouldn't be able to go over it in one night. We could do it, over a few weeks. But
Chemicals Anonymous.
We can start with you or Ulysses, and because you're usually sitting in your garage, and you can go over the chemicals that you have. I can do it. Franco can do it. Jason can do it. Vice, 42 wins out of 74.
He'll just take them right out of the shipping box and be like, "Hey, this is what I just got in today."
Yeah,
I use all my chemicals.
We're gonna look at Vice's trophy cabinet. That's what we're getting. That's what we need to see, the trophy cabinet.
Yeah.
I'm actually I'm setting up my garage in the next couple of weeks. So eventually I'll be taking the podcast in there, and then we can do that.
Nice. Yeah, I think we all should do that. I think it would be interesting for people to see, and then they will understand that they're not alone in this world of too many chemicals.
Noah, did you pick out a pressure washer yet?
I think I'm gonna go with the Max Flow.
The new one or the
new one? Well, not the 3 GPM.
Oh, not the 3 GPM. All right, that's what I was curious about.
Yeah, no, that one's. I mean, I have a 15 amp circuit.
Well, you can. There's a switch. You can go 15 amp, 20 amp.
You could do that, but either way, I like the aesthetics of the other machine. And from the small video I saw from Josh V, the 3 point whatever GPM, it sounds pretty loud.
Yeah,
it's not.
Yeah,
it's not.
What do you have an unreleased unit?
I cannot confirm or deny that, but he said, I actually asked him that question, and he said it's not bad at all, but he will be doing a full test. So, I mean, if
I just saw the video, and that's what I got from it.
I mean, he was sitting in the corner.
One thing I've learned is videos are very deceptive on the noise that you're getting from the pressure washers.
But either way, I don't think I really need that much GPM. That's kind of crazy.
I don't even care about the GPM. The part I like of the new one is the no ramp up. It just goes right away.
That's true.
Well,
Jason, you're gonna say something?
The Gen 2, the M25 or M Pro 25, it has no ramp up either. It's an instant on. but it has the coast down. You know, it coasts at the end. So that was the biggest change on the new one with the the DDM. It stops. You know, it's about a second, where the other one is probably more like
8 seconds.
Yeah, I think it's like 8. Is that something like that?
Yeah.
Which works great when you're actually using it. It's not it's reviewers have an issue with it because they wait around for it to stop before they start talking.
Yeah,
but,
they can't wait to hear themselves talk.
Yeah, so that was like, I'm really anxious to see how. I've sent a few emails to MaxFlow, and it's funny because they did acknowledge they've actually watched some of my content, and they're like, "Yep, you're hitting it right on that. You can, by varying the nozzle size or the orifice size, that's the key. That's what's going to allow them to foam when all these other high flow ones can't, because it dials itself back and acts like a 2.0 machine just based on nozzle size or on the orifice size. So but
it won't let itself overamp.
It'd be great if they can actually market that part of it, because right now everyone just sees the high flow, and I think Alvin, you even said that you're like, high flow has an issue with foaming, I don't want anything to do with it. And that's how a lot of people, I mean, that is the, that's what people see out there, because that's the experience that almost everyone's having. They don't realize exactly what this MaxFlow can do.
It just depends on who you are. Like if you're looking for that, 4 or 5 gallon GPM, God bless you, go for it. But I mean, I'm fine with like the two. What?
I just realized that sounds like right up my alley. If I could ever get a hose reel in, little something set up on a post or something outside. Of course, I'm outside. I don't have a, something. If I could have a set, dude, that sounds right up my alley. Because I don't use foam. If I do use foam, I'm using IK style foamers, my Sprayers Plus, and I'm using a better dilutions via my mixtures in a pump foamer. But I'm a MaxFlow GPM. I'm a GPM max guy because I'm using my water hoses.
That's the reason why you don't like pressure washers.
Yeah. So if I was using if I use that new one, that sounds. I just
even
realized
then the hose is still higher GPM than that.
Oh, for sure. Oh yeah. But sometimes you do need that pressure, because sometimes it is nice to, with the water hose and that little pollen spot or that bird bomb that's a little more stuck than usual. That's going to be taken. Yeah. For me, that's going to be agitation. But if I could, rinse off with a high GPM pressure and knock that off in a short little burst of, of course, we all know that you're not going to be spraying pressure washers, point blank on your car, but it comes in handy for bugs and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
I was going to say, I also like the MaxFlows because they're a little different than other pressure washers, that they can push updates and fix issues, unlike any other company, just because they have such new technology.
Only reason why I'm waiting to upgrade my Ryobi is because I want to see what Josh produces before I make a decision. But MaxFlow has been top of my list at this point.
Josh got to come out with that tomorrow.
He's got to come up with something that's super fire, because keeping us all freaking honey dicking us this long. Jeez.
Am I pointing at the right guy?
Greg?
Am I pointing? Yeah, the old guy.
Yeah.
How are you liking the McKillens? Are you?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you never got back to me about that.
On that one.
Yeah, so I'm enjoying it. It's got good flow, good pressure. I'm getting good foam out of it with every soap that I use.
I'm sorry. I was just going to ask you if you're getting the true 2 GPM out of it.
I'm not.
Do you think he's measuring it?
Yeah. Are you even actually measuring?
Now that you say that, I'm probably going to try it I might try it this weekend. I've got too much stuff to do tomorrow, but maybe Saturday or Sunday afternoon when I get back.
Out of the box, I haven't seen anyone with McKillens get 2.0 without making adjustments.
Yeah. But yeah,
but regardless, you're liking it, right?
Yeah, as long as it's a big difference from what you used to have.
Oh gosh.
They're pretty. It's pretty quiet too, isn't it?
It's not bad. I've got it set up. So it's probably about 20 feet from me. I can hear it turn on, but it's nothing like what the Harbor Freight was. Much
Oh,
quieter.
geez, that's a huge upgrade.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
actually, I've seen your arm definition getting a little flabbier because you're not using that hand pump like from the water wheel.
Yeah. Well,
Pumping
it
it
comes
up
with
to
age.
wash your car.
Comes with age too, though. That's the sad part.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
Chris M, I don't think the Quiver is going to get canceled. I mean, I don't think the competition is that crazy in the specifics. I've been recently off the deep end on pressure washers because I want to buy one. But I think what he's doing different is an induction motor on a 15 amp that gets 2.0 plus GPM, which the only competition really is the Max Flow, which is an induction, and the Active 2.3, which is, but it's loud. So I think he still kind of has a little corner in the market.
So you're saying the technology is there. He's just trying to piece it all together to make it work.
Right.
Well, I think the reason why he's redoing it is because he had an issue with sound.
Yeah, the sound deadening and also the curvature on one of the bars had to be changed.
Structural rigidity.
Yeah, so a lot of it's been aesthetic stuff and the sound quality.
Yeah, so he's really trying to make it perfect on his first try, which is going to be kind of hard to do. But yeah, I don't think
I just don't want to see him fall into the same problem that Eddie and Jamie did, where they got way too oh, we got to have it this way, and and they overthought it too much to the point where now their directions weren't good, or they were missing certain stuff. You get that tunnel vision and you can't see the forest through the whatever that saying is.
Forest through the trees.
He's spending a lot of money to get it manufactured. It's not like a chemical that you can just release a V2 of it,
Right. No, I get that.
very quickly.
I get that. But at some point, he's got to, you got to shit or get off the pot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If it's not out by SEMA, I think he's going to be pretty screwed.
I think he'll be good by SEMA as long as there's no other delays from manufacturing.
Yeah.
All right.
Next question, Dave.
Yes, sir.
Here's a good one.
Andrew asks, when you paint correct, do you meter paint to get a baseline of what you are working with before wet sanding and polishing? If I've got wet sanding on the mind, yeah, I'm definitely using a meter.
I like to use a meter regardless. Chingy recommended a $30, $35 one from Amazon.
Yeah.
And how does it compare to the more expensive ones? I don't know, but it's a nice peace of mind. Yeah. To know that the Mazda has 3 here, 4 here, 5 there for some reason, 12 somewhere on the door. It was weird, but whatever. But
probably as Bondo.
Yep. But but no, it's really nice to have that peace of mind. So if none of you here or just a couple of you here don't have one, grab one. It's nice. Yeah,
they're cheap on Amazon now. Yeah,
I have a problem with those meters. Like, until there's technology that really tells you the difference, like the actual thickness of clear coat.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Really useful for is to know if a panel was resprayed.
Well, it's there to give you a general idea.
That's like the difference between 3 and 5. How do you know? Is there really a difference in clear coat between the 3 and 5?
So you can kind of baseline it by taking a measurement in the door jamb, right?
Yeah.
They don't put as much clear coat. So now you have your baseline of that's the minimum you can go to. And then if you go outside any other panel, you'll see a difference. And it's significant.
That's a great tip.
I'm that curious. I'm gonna go try it. Wow. That's the first time I heard that.
They don't put clear coat in door jams?
No, they do, but super thin.
Yeah, it's 1 or 2. I mean, it's minimal layers, right? Compared to what they do for the rest of the car.
Yeah, how many people are correcting door jams? Like they're not worried about it.
I would bring y'all with me, but then the
that's resolution
gets real funky outside. But yeah, let me go look. Where's my flashlight?
You know what, Fernando? You might have just changed my mind with that tip.
No,
couple more questions.
Go ahead. Go
Dave.
ahead.
All right. Conway asks, I have an active
No,
3.0.
no. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. No. That
Sorry,
wasn't the question.
Conway.
It's
Wait,
Andrew asked,
let's
you
go back to
guys,
the question. We didn't get everybody's opinions on it.
Oh yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Vice.
I want to hear more about Jason.
I don't even have a meter, so I need to check into what you guys are talking about. So
bite me, Vice. Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Just another tip on that one. If you have a shop, I think that's really cool too, because with the next PTG, I think that one has the PDF generation, and you can give it to your customer, and it shows like, hey, here's the measurement that I did right now, and after you can retake it and say, here's the measurement after. This is how much clear coat I took off, and now you have that baseline for the next time they come in. You know, you're ready to go. It is really neat. When I did the Tesla, I did that because I didn't know what had happened to the car before me, right? It was pretty damaged.
Are you sending yourself invoices, Fernando?
Pretty much.
He's got like that's like on shell company.
That's like on the website, like Jobber and stuff like that, where it connects with the next digital meter stuff, where it shows like, you know, the beginning and ending of the readings and stuff like that.
Yeah, it will show you the measurement where you, and what's really cool is, I don't know if you guys have used that next PTG, but it's an app, right? And it just tells you, go to this place and you
okay, you're just using the app. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, okay,
like a report.
And you just go all the way around the car, and it creates a PDF with all that data, and you can update it with like 6 months later, the same car. It just updates real easy with the data.
Yeah, because if you use some of those websites like Jobber or whatever with a professional business, it connects with that app and it updates your customer profile so you can keep track of it. So that way you don't like burn out some customers' pain.
There's no way. Okay. When y'all ready to hear this, y'all let me know when y'all ready to hear these results here.
Let's go. Let's hear it.
So I'm doing the door jams of the driver's side because the passenger is too close to the wall on the other side. So anyways, I'm doing the door jams and the respected doors, right? You know, of the door jams. The door jams are steadily holding at 3.2, 3.5.
Damn.
So that's my door jams. So I'm right here at the rear quarter panel.
I'm guessing 5.799. 7. Okay.
Damn.
So now I'm going to hit the rear driver's side door. I've got 650. I've got 7.03 driver's side door. I've got 7.56. 8.
Sounds like to me you got plenty of room to sand and polish.
Way better than Mazda.
Yeah, let me do the hood real quick. I'm gonna do the four corners of the 4 quarters of the hood. 742.
And yeah, for people out there that don't know this, Franco has Yum's Paint Serum 6 on his Bronco.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And about like 15 layers of other waxes on it.
Yeah.
You damn right. Yeah, so that's really interesting. So the door jams are steady at 3, and then my panels are in the 7s and the 8s. A couple 6 spots here and there, but I've got a healthy amount of clear coat, to play with.
But I mean, if you don't, know to check your door jams, usually the safe number is about 3. Like if I get to 3, I'm not really going anywhere beyond that. So if I see 3.5, 3.2, I'm not touching that car.
As far as a compound or just a regular, I mean, of course, if you see 3, you're gonna do a enhancement, of course.
Yeah, right? Enhancement, like polish only. Yeah, I'm not gonna be cutting into. I'm not doing a mow like Eddie and taking out like paint.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you do, that's the last time you'll do it. Yeah,
pretty much.
Franco's metering his Ford Bronco.
Yep.
And he's checking the door jams
versus the rest of his panels.
Damn, Fernando, that was a cool tip.
Closer to the 7.
And for anybody, of course, I don't know. We might drop a link to one of these in the the show chat. I mean the show description, but yeah, it's just
Greg's like, fuck, I am.
Yeah,
how
I need one. I need one.
how well does it work
I guess I need one
compared
now
to a
too.
more how well does it work
Let's use
compared to an expensive
a
one?
Fernando affiliate link.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah,
Why not a
Oh.
Super Dave affiliate link?
there we go.
Or you can
Well, I
put
don't
it
have
too.
one, so we can give it to Fernando.
All right, just
All
His
right.
affiliate link
questions.
comes with the
Couple
free
more
rinseless.
Yeah,
Next
there you
question.
go. All right, panel by panel. Yeah.
Malco.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Malco.
You guys like Malco. I do use when I run out of Renaissance. That's my backup microfiber wash. I have not used a lot of their chemicals, but I have heard good things about it. They're serviceable. They're nothing great, nothing bad. They're very good chemicals overall.
Yeah. And the last question, I think we answered this one, right?
Yeah,
Hey,
I was writing to Christy.
Christy
earlier,
asks, "Hey, I read that they changed Titan's formula. Is that true? I didn't hear the answer to this. So did they?
I don't. They didn't. They didn't change the formula, but Aaron is coming out with a new sealant. I don't think it's replacing Titan. It might be.
Well,
but
Titan's
I
a
think it's
hybrid
more
ceramic detailer,
Yeah.
so he's
This
probably
one's gonna
making a
be more
full blown.
stout,
Yeah,
and it's gonna last longer.
Yeah.
yeah.
What Christy's talking about, there was a Facebook article or Facebook post with a video that somebody said, "Hey, can anybody tell me about the updated
Yeah.
Titan formula?" And if you look at the date on the video, is actually from 2 years ago.
Yeah,
So,
they got mistaken. They thought it was a new video, and
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's not. And because I'm running both, I don't know if there were more questions, and if there are, I do apologize.
Just ask again.
yeah.
So are we ready to head over to our
Didn't panel by
next
panel have a question that we skipped over?
Not in the questions.
Paint gauges are like detailer influencers. They might be telling the truth, but they really can't trust them. No, that's true. I mean, if you're buying the $30 Amazon one, take it with a grain of salt, but it's a good it's better than nothing. It's better than,
You're getting in the ball. Yep.
Yeah, you get in the ballpark, and it's gonna help you maybe not, cut into someone's friggin', paint. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And some of them
okay,
will
so-
come with a calibration little cube or a square that says, I know this one's 50 mils or whatever, and it will read it back, right? So at least you understand, here's what you have as much paint. And you can buy those little squares, I think, individually so that you can measure it and then take a measurement of your paint gauge.
Yep,
Yeah,
they
but
do
if
the
you-
same for DI water.
This is how Fernando calibrates his.
Zero. If it's zero, it's true.
No, it's not. No, I'm not even going to go there. All right. So here's the next two topics that we have to choose. We're going to choose one of these two topics. So we'll start with Franco on this one. We've got the first topic is what makes a great detailer? And, is it technical skills, customer service skills, or consistency, business knowledge, that type of thing. The other topic that we can choose from is what's one trend that you hope ends? It could be one product that replaces everything. A ceramic on every surface.
Salmon?
Ceramic, yeah. Chasing the newest release of something. So we have number
Everyone
3.
having a podcast.
What makes a great detailer? You're fired, David. What's one trend that you hope ends? Franco, you select first. Number 3.
I like both, but I'm gonna go with 3 because number 4, I'm just gonna be a douchebag about it.
David, number 3. What makes a great detailer, or what's one trend you hope ends?
I'm a contrarian, so I'll go 4.
Okay. Alvin?
Ooh, I was gonna be contrarian too, but you know what? I'll go with 4.
Jason?
I like 4.
4 it is.
I'm going with 3. Vice, so you picked 4?
Yep.
Because if
Majority
you would have
rules.
picked, okay,
We would have left up Fernando, but for the second time in a row, we don't give a shit about Fernando's options.
well, you know,
That's what happens when you have an odd amount of panelists.
Well,
no,
well, I was
Fernando,
gonna pick 4 because I wanted to hear what Franco had to say.
no, I want you to pick. I want you to pick it because but there's only 3 of us, so.
No,
I mean, Conway had a good different question, by the way. So we can pick back to that too.
We'll get the questions at the last 10 minutes or whatever we do. Trends that I would love to see go away is all the sales jargon boo stuff that happens all the time, and it comes from us. See, that's why I don't want to do this, because I want to be a douchebag. But
be a douchebag. Let's do it. Come on.
No,
hypothermic, jargon and all the sales pitches and this exothermic, hypothermic, exogernic, the
hypothermia,
the thyroid pseudo pterodactyl sealants that we use in our coating, all that stuff. Like,
let's go. Name names.
Personally, I'm just tired.
We're just come on, David. You got to remember.
You should have done that last week when Greg wasn't here.
2 weeks ago. You guys did.
I did the first week, and they got me in trouble.
Did. Remember, I haven't taken my medication, and
Okay. So mine is just like all the sales hype and all the jargon bullcrap. That's a hype that I would love to see just die and just go away or calm down. I don't necessarily have to watch it, and I don't, but I hear about it, and it just grinds my gears. So next, Fernando is right there.
I was thinking about the marketing, right? It's a little bit crazy. It's how, like, ceramic coatings. Is it 2 years? Is it a 3 year? Is it really 1 year, right? Or 10 year? It's like, all right, that trend, like, standardize it or come up with a better way of gauging it, or just say, here's this one is level 1, good, better, best, right? And that's it. Don't call it a year, or that one gets me. So I wish they could either standardize it or don't make the claims that are not true.
Hey, a coating could be lifetime as long as you got the right topper to go on top of it every single wash.
Yeah, and Labo actually does years and mileage, whichever comes first.
I like that. I like the mileage.
I think they're steering towards the right direction.
Yeah, I think Aaron said in Chelsea's video today that Sock kind of had a little talk with him about that, and that makes sense. I mean, everyone's going to be using their car different. I mean, yeah, could you put a coating on a car that's going to see the light of day once a week for, and it's going to be garage kept and, lovingly touched every time, yeah, it's going to last for probably like 10 years or 20 years. But if you are taking it out to work every day and you're seeing snow and rain and you're doing the tunnel washes, yeah, you're lucky if you get 8 months out of it. Ask Adamo.
Yeah, I wish they would do more like reports to back up their claims. Like, Dimitri's garage, he does a lot of testing. Something similar to that. I wish they would actually have some data to back up the claims.
Well, I mean, they do what Dimitri does, but they're always going to be in a lab, environment. So very few people are going to, and everyone can say what they want to say about Nick, whether it actually happened or not. But, the only way you're going to really find out is if you actually go multi-years of testing a product.
Yeah.
And he says he did it. I believe him, because so far his product has not let me down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think one thing we're going to see coming towards the end of this year is some major upgrades and changes to coatings. With what we've seen so far, that when Eddie's done a few of his podcasts testing some black label things, and white label bottles that he has.
Black label, as in the black bottle that Nick brought from England.
No, stuff that I was just referring to this. What Eddie was using.
All right, just checking.
Yeah.
Alvin, you're up next. What trend do you want to see, or what hype train, whatever we're talking about?
You know, I got to think about that. Maybe you know what I do want to see. It's not so much a hype thing. I think there needs to be some standardization in the industry as far as chemicals, because you know, we talk about the SDS and safety, and I know people like harp on that.
Oh, our favorite subject, SDS. Let's talk more about this.
No, you know what? Actually, you know, on one hand, you know, there is a certain point that there should be a standard that everyone should follow, and I see a lot of brands coming in making new lines, and I'm not even talking about the ones that we've tried. I get bombarded with ads of like small detailers with like their own brand, right? Really small groups. I think someone ordered like the Lucid car care package at one point.
Yeah, Frankie.
The Frankie. I mean, you know, maybe that's what I'm probably more. I wish I could see that end, is like all these.
I hope he realizes that bucket is not like a 5-gallon bucket. It's like a friggin' like an ice bucket.
I see, but I mean, I've seen so many ads for like small boutique brands, but you know, maybe that you can calm down, because the market's really oversaturated. In my opinion.
we can thank social media for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, even with it being oversaturated, you don't know what's going to be the next best thing. So people are coming up with new ideas. There's new raws, new chemicals, new thoughts, new engineers, new chemists coming up. So you just don't know what's going to come up and be, you know, just a great product.
And I think that's why I was saying a little bit of both. Like the SDS sheets or some kind of transparency, especially with these small brands, so that they're not just repackaging the same thing or just, you know, recycling something. But at least to be some kind of transparency across, regardless of where you stand on which side of, you know, tribal group of wherever you are. You know, you got to have standards sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have standards during high school, and look where it got me.
Jason,
you know
Mr. AMI. Oh, go ahead. Finish that.
No, you know what? Because I saw the private. You know, one other trend I do want to see the end of is the stupid like that.
Oh, the stupid thumbnails.
The big eyes.
Oh my gosh! I made that face. Someone's gonna screen it.
They do it because it works.
But let's not forget, small brands. We wouldn't have found companies like Grayscale,
like you know,
and High Luster.
That is true. That is true.
But no, I do get what you're saying. Like these makeup brands that come on, you know, your feed on Instagram and TikTok, that you're like, who the hell are these guys? You know,
I was trying to remember that brand that it's a dirty car and they're wiping on this stuff and it just comes out shiny like they just put ceramic coated the car.
Oh, the AI one?
Yeah, and it's just like, come on, guys, this is unrealistic, right?
It's the same guy that sold that stupid hose gun that, you know, supposedly was like a pressure washer gun.
And I've been asked, does that stuff work? I'm like, probably not, you know, but
I just say yes. I'm such an ass. Oh yeah, it works fantastically. All the stuff that I test, yeah, that thing's crazy.
Although there's that one product that I thought was total bullshit, and it turned out to actually work, was the Maxwell one. You know, but I still wouldn't pay $60 for a freaking bottle of that shit.
All right. Okay, so next, Jason, what trend would you like to see?
Oh, just the whole this is the best. You know, that whole mentality that
the best.
Because I'm sorry, it does not.
My God.
I mean, hard to wash might work great for me, but I understand Vice. It didn't work for you, so. But anyway, it's one of those.
I'm a huge hard wash hater.
But it's gone anyway, so you know we're on to Decon shampoo, so we'll see how that works. But no, I think the whole fact of and of course, don't even need to say any names. Period about that. But yeah, once you start saying that, oh, this is the best, I don't know. People just don't buy it, and I mean, it really comes across as, and same way when
disingenuous.
when I do reviews, of something, I'm trying to do like a comparison to show one thing against another. Because again, then just like you were talking about with the coatings, like with Dimitri, if you can compare one thing with another, yeah, that may not be like the end all be all of how it's going to perform, but at least you can compare it with because I saw like the experiences I had with coatings was right in line with what Dimitri had for his testing. Where the ranking I would have put on the coatings was right in line with what he had up until recently. Anyways, I'm not sure. About
you've noticed the last couple tests haven't been really on par.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't.
It just so happens to coincide with stuff that was sent to him for free.
Yeah, it all came. Everything came out at the same. But anyways, yeah.
Make sure to stick around for our disclaimer at the end of the video, guys.
No, but yeah, I will. Don't get me wrong. I respect Dimitri's tests, and they're great. The only one that I have always had a beef with was, is it pretty? I was like, well, that's really goddamn subjective. I mean, what's pretty to you may not be pretty to me.
But you kind of need it. You kind of need it there.
Yeah, but you could use different wording, like, hey, jetting effect or non-jetting effect or whatever. You know what I mean? But saying, all right, I'm giving this one 10 points because it's pretty to me. It's like, well, can you at least use something a little bit more manlier than pretty, please?
I think if you publish the results for you to filter that out, that way you can take out the subjective scores and then keep the whatever.
Yeah, that's right. He's got to push his.
Listen, he's the only one in the game that's actually like
doing it scientifically,
science to it.
I will respect that.
I respect him a lot.
I like that.
Yeah,
why don't you marry him?
Ron's up pretty late.
That is true. Yeah, I think what is considered the best is definitely highly subjective, and it varies between like area, right? Because yours might be
like Jason was saying.
Don't get started on rinselesses. Me and Alvin could spend all night arguing about which is the best on that.
Oh yeah. I try to stay away from that. Everyone has their favorites.
That's
all right,
right.
guys. I'll go for my
Vice. Hit it.
Mine's a little controversial.
Oh, that's a big surprise.
I want the bead trend to go away.
The bead trend?
Beads.
Oh, beads. Okay.
Oh, it's literally.
What's your problem with turtle wax?
You guys were talking about subjective. It's literally subjective. I mean, beads doesn't do anything other than look pretty
and make water spots.
Exactly. That's my main problem with it. Like one of the biggest problems I see from the cars I've dealt with is mostly water spots, and it's because they're using typically some cheap spray wax from a car wash. But even if you put a coating, you'll still get those hard water spots, and if anything, you get them even more because it's beading so much. But if you have a sheeter, which I respect Detail Co, because they're actually making a sheeting product, and not a lot of people, necessarily make those because it doesn't get the best marketing. But I think
a lot of good
go
did
away
them, though.
with beaters.
They're switching out their coatings for a complete beater though. So
and they said they made the coatings to be more sheeters and the foam sealant to be a sheeter, but I think they are switching it. But I respect it nonetheless. I think sheeters is the way to go. I don't see any world you would want a beater unless you want it to look nice.
So,
that's what we want. It's good looking nice.
I don't know, but it's so nice in my area where it never rains. I mean, when it does rain, it storms, and I can have a nice day afterwards and wash the car. So I'm not letting. So it's very subjective. I do like the beads and I do like the sheets.
I said it was controversial.
And sometimes have a nice bowl of beans and have a nice sheet.
I like beads every now and then, but I mean, if I'm putting a coating, I would much prefer it to sheet, and then maybe a topper do the beading temporarily.
See, I'll say I like beading while I'm washing because the Yum 6 is definitely a beater, and I'm coming back to the camera for this one. The beading helps the panels to stay wetter longer. It was 102 degrees today. And if I was washing the Bronco, I washed my sister's Nautilus, and if the panels sheet, you got to remember, I'm not really using drying aids. I really don't need them. They're fun to use, but I just flip a coin, really and truly for me. But when they're beads, they kind of stick around. So when I go to dry, it's I don't know how to explain it, but it's a lot easier for me to dry it when there's beads as opposed to when it all just sheets off and I've got little streaks here and there to kind of half-ass re-wet, and then I would need a drying aid because now I've got kind of little streaks here and there. So yeah, there you go.
I see both sides of it though, but me personally, I would like a sheeter.
Yeah.
And I saw you, Vic. You said I can't be a hater my whole life. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you feel that way.
Yes, he can, Vic. Yes, he can.
Challenge
accepted. I like being the devil's advocate all the time.
Well, an interesting thing on the sheeting, because I was like all about trying to find just a coating that would sheet. And I mean, there's like maybe 2 or 3. I mean, you get kind of the hybrid ones, like, thick was kind of a hybrid. And I think clean is kind of along those lines, pans coating. It's kind of I saw it was more of a self-cleaning. It didn't bead, like, I don't know, it was kind of a hybrid I saw, but yeah, I was chasing that. But then the crazy part was once I put Yum on, and the slickness was just, I mean, it was like, because I had, 4 different coatings on the Boxster, and the mitt, you could kind of see how it would move. Well, then with that Yum, it was like night and day. That just like, the thing would just take off. And it was like, so all of a sudden it kind of opened my eyes saying, okay, I'm not sure if beading or sheeting really is the answer. I think it's more the slickness. If it can maintain that slickness, it's going to self-clean, and you're not going to have the water spots. But it may not look, because I'm not always that impressed with the way Yum looks when I'm washing it. I don't know. It's kind of one of those. But the biggest thing is every time you touch it, though, it's slick. I mean, and that's why I don't like toppers, because I believe the topper actually degrades that slickness, because it's just got that special, it's very
performance
design there. Yeah.
Yeah, like Alvin was saying, Chemex snake oil is a sheeter too. I respect
the old one. Yeah.
I respect.
I'm not impressed by Bob. I'm not impressed by snake oil, to be honest with you. And I love Bob, and I love his company and all that stuff like that.
I'm not that impressed with it either, but he goes off the same philosophy as I do, specifically because he's dealing with real cars and like real trucks that they actually need to stay cleaner for longer because they're going on such long trips. And he does believe in the sheeting. If only he could come out with a ceramic coating.
But I saw Venom. I thought Venom was going to be a lot better because of the graphene and stuff. But I actually like the old non-graphene version. To me, that had a better performance. So I
never tried the old one, but the new one didn't really impress me at all. I
can send you some of the old one, and I bet you'll.
Like
the sad part is then you got something that you can't get.
I got a whole 32 ounce I got to use up.
Yep.
Yeah. So as far as trends for me, I think the biggest one lately that's got me, that's been grinding my gears is like everyone's just copying one another in the fact that everyone's going to now be a chemical company. Everyone's going to have a podcast. Everyone's going to have a blending company. It's like, dude, this market's saturated enough. Do we really need to have this many people doing the same thing? You know what I mean?
Is that a dig at a particular company or something?
No, that's it's not a dig at one particular person, because trust me, there's a lot of people out there doing the same shit. So that's what I mean by that. I mean, do you want me to name names? I can, but I don't think it's necessary.
No, we don't need that.
Greg's like, no.
Make sure you stick around for the disclaimer.
You're on to the end.
And this will be our last podcast.
And look, no one, I'm not saying anyone's doing it wrong. I'm sure everyone, like, the people who are doing it, there are companies that are doing it really well, and there's companies that are not doing so well. But that's not my point. My point is everyone's doing it though. So it's like, oh great, you started a company that you're, limiting who you're actually doing it for. You know what I mean? Because there's only so much people out there that are trying to start their own brand. Do you know what I mean?
I think the problem is those blending companies having small MOQs, which is making it more accessible to anybody. It's just making the problem bigger.
Yeah. I'm gonna do my best Ulysses impression and ask you, like, why does it bug you that there's so many? Is it because you're on social media and it's just you're getting bombarded with it? You see it on YouTube?
Yeah, I would say that's fair.
Is it because you like to buy stuff and when something comes out, you're like, yeah, damn, now I gotta try this? Or
kind of. I used to be like that, but
self-control type thing, like that's all something you can do within yourself.
No, you have self-control problems. What are you talking about?
I think it's like more of a fatigue thing.
Yeah, that's a great word. Thank you, Alvin. That's probably what describes my feeling about it. It's more of a fatigue thing.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think I made this analogy before. It feels like, the craft beer scene where everyone was coming out with their own beers and everyone's making their own blends, but at some point that market kind of oversaturated and crashed too.
Right.
Some of the smaller breweries all close up shop. So I feel like at some point that's going to happen here too. And
that's a great point, because there's people that I honestly do want to support, but my support alone is not going to, make their company run. You know what I mean? So if you separate, everybody's support to like their tribe or their team or whatever, you're going to end up making the whole market crash. And it's like in the meantime, like the companies that really had a good chance to make a go of it, they suffer in the meantime,
Yeah, and a couple of small good companies will get lost in that too.
It ruins it for the enthusiasts too. There's too many options.
Survival of the fittest, man.
Yeah, but I've seen some people that have been in the game a long time, and they're struggling. So sorry about that, Greg.
No, that's fine. I was going to say that goes back to with all these smaller companies and they're starting up, they've got to get out there and market it. They've got to get out there and do the YouTube stuff. And then you're going back to what you were saying, Dave, that you're just getting hit with too much. And with how the algorithms are set up, we're going to be getting hit with all that stuff because of what we watch on YouTube. And I don't mind it. I mean, I haven't used Grayscale yet, but it's something that I do want to try. There's a couple products from High Luster that I've got in the cart that I'm going to be ordering before the end of the month because I want to try those things. And there's some other things that are coming down the pipe that we'll discuss after the show that I think you guys are going to be pretty excited about. Some things that are coming for us in August. So I don't mind the competition. I think competition is good. It breeds innovation, and you take a look at where Detail Co started out with, what they started out with, and where they're at now, where they're headed now. To me it looks pretty impressive, and I can't wait for my stuff to get here and give it a try. And being out there with I don't even remember what month it was, February or March, and seeing what they have coming with respect to the coatings and the stuff that Eddie showed everybody, taking the coatings off. Nobody's doing that stuff now.
Gary's like, I could have used that shit today.
Yeah, you're right, Dave. You're right. But then again, I wouldn't have overcomplicated myself at that point, right? Hey, I need to take a coating off. I don't have to polish this car because it already looks great. So
yeah, but you would have not not taken your meds, and you would have forgot you had it in the first place. So
yeah, probably, yeah. But we live and we learn. We take notes, and we have a little book here that we write things down in, and
All
we don't
right.
forget.
Oh, old school composition notebook.
Yeah, he's got that
Dang right.
journal.
That's right.
It's called a diary. Duh.
Your name is Greg.
It's
You
where he
live-
keeps all the clear coat confessions of his.
That's all the strikes. That's all the strikes. You're gonna see a few of us get too many strikes, and we won't be invited anymore.
No, just notes. I just take notes. That's what it is.
That's what she said.
Dave's
Number
on time out.
78.
Yeah, he's writing down like the Gen Z knowledge, like bet. He's writing down the definition of bet.
What does this mean?
He's got the
He's
Urban
like, I need to
Dictionary
write
in
that
one of
down.
his
I'm gonna
tabs
forget.
open.
Noah, bet. Yes, Dan, I do have 2 ounces for you. All right, so Greg, if you get Corey is saying if I get a gallon of Blue Crush, I'll buy 16 ounce off of you.
So will I. So will I.
And hey, let's give it up for Corey getting the Mafra tattoo.
Yeah,
Tattoo and the foam cannon.
Yeah,
He's
Corey, I got some
awesome.
Blue Crush
He's
for you.
got
I got your
one of
address.
2 special edition foam cannon in the United States.
Yeah, but hey, good news. There is going to be a place that's going to carry them in the U.S. very soon. I believe Parks Car Care will have them soon enough.
Limited.
Yeah.
Limited.
But he said he should have enough for the first run.
Yeah.
How much? Did he say a price?
He didn't reveal.
He didn't give a price yet. Yeah, but it's going to be.
It's just.
It's going to probably be. I'm going to say $100 at least.
Yeah, probably 100 around there.
For the first one. The second run will be cheaper because it'll be a cheaper box, whatever it is, like less stuff in the the packaging.
Yeah, they can fit more in a pallet.
Thanks, John. Greg saying bet is a 2026 highlight.
It's also a Black Entertainment Channel.
All right, so we have a few questions.
Yeah, everybody get your
Dave?
questions in before we head out for the night.
First one
All
from
right. Glossy Chris asks, anyone tried the Turtle Wax Pure Beads? Seems very hyped to me. I did see Chelsea vid today. Interesting. I've only seen what I've seen on the YouTubes, and yeah, I'm not really interested. I got enough crap here that I'm gonna work through what I got before I buy more stuff.
He's not lying.
I tried it. It's not slick, but it does bead.
Yeah.
So I was trying to figure out how I can make it slick and keep putting something on top of it. But
So let me ask you this, Alvin. If you say it's not slick, and I'm assuming that you tested the slickness right away, and there was beads right away.
Mhm.
Did you go back 24 hours later or 2 days later to check the slickness?
You can tell it. Like I run my hand across the panel where I have the spot, and you can definitely tell where it's at.
It's probably on the same composition as like those car washes that use the protective wax type crap, and they make it hydrophobic, but they do not make it slick.
Yeah.
So that's what it basically is.
But
What's up, Franco?
When you talk about slick, are you talking about? This is for everybody here. I had an issue with that with the Yum 6. Yum 6 stopped being slick to my bare hand on a clean panel. And I was like, oh, this ain't very slick. What the fuck, man? I ain't feeling this. And it beaded and it looks fantastic. It's still deep, glossy, blah, blah, blah. Go to wash it, under the sponge mitt, nice and slick. When I'm drying it, it's still slick. Once it's dry, under the towel, it loses a little bit of slickness, but how do you gauge the slick? Like when this isn't slick to that versus having a towel and you're using, how do you gauge slickness? Like how does that?
So that's a good point. So I tried it under the towel and with my hand, but I didn't try any soaps. So under the towel with the dry off, it was not, it wasn't smooth. With my bare hand, but I did not try with any soaps. That's
with wash media. That's very it's hard to say it's slick with wash media because is it the mitt doing it? Is it the soap doing it?
Well, of course, it's the yeah. Of course, that's the lubrication from the rinseless or the shampoo. But when the dry off, if you're using
Yeah,
Sans detailer,
right.
but
Usually I go by towel. Like I get like a
oh,
soft
okay.
towel, and you can like see stuff like gliding off your panels if you were to put something on like a suede block on your panel, and it would just friggin' fly right off the panel when
Oh,
it's super
okay.
slick.
Because I just recently decided that's how I'm deciding the slickness, towel feel on a dry,
Yes.
safe, clean, dry panel. That's how I'm gauging the slickness as opposed
Right.
to bare hand touch. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean Franco. That's a good point and a good comment. And I would just say to hold on to that thought for a couple weeks. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So Greg's saying shut the F up.
No, I'm not. I'm not. Just remember that. Okay. So next
Easy
one,
for you to
Dave.
say. All right,
Yeah.
panel by panel. Asks, can you be a detailer if you if you don't care about cars? Can you be a detailer if you like skinny scratches or shiny
Shiny.
scratches? I was gonna. What the hell skinny have to do with it? Shiny scratches on, and you just clean them. Yeah, you could be a detailer. I mean, if you're not getting paid to take scratches off, then let them be.
You could be
You
a
know,
detailer. It doesn't mean you're a good detailer.
yeah, that's true too.
Yeah, I think there's got to be a passion about cars, right? I mean, I have a friend who had a family member that was detailing, and they weren't into cars, but they were great at cleaning interiors. They hated cleaning interiors, but they loved the results of what they were able to
Ah.
get.
Yeah.
And by the way, there's a difference between detailing and washing your car. And it's in the name. It's all
Thank
about the
you.
details. All right.
Thank
If you
you.
if you're not getting into the details, then you're not detailing. And it doesn't
You're a
mean you
car
have to make
washer.
money.
Yeah.
It's not about making money. You're a business if you're doing that. And we have people that wash cars and make good money out of that, and we got people that detail and make good money out of that. But
Yeah.
if you're an enthusiast or a home gamer, if you're just doing a quick car wash and you're happy with that, great. You're washing your car. Nothing bad about that, nothing wrong about it. But if you want to be a detailer, it means you actually got to get into the details of things. And it doesn't mean you have to correct scratches, but it does mean you need to clean more than just, foam, rinse, foam, and done. You got to, do the whole ball of
Door jam.
wax, basically. Yeah, door
Engine
jams
bays.
and engine bays and wheels and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. I love me a
Yeah,
good engine bay clean.
yeah, I do too. And ever since I got Motor Blast too, that's just put me up over that. But the
Were
second
you
the second
motorboating?
part yeah, the second part of panel by panel question is, can you be a detailer if you like shiny scratches and you just clean them? Now, it all depends on what they're paying for. I mean, if I get a car that, and again, I'm mostly a weekender, but I do probably 10 cars a year, and I'll make some money off of it for things. But if I'm getting a car in that has scratches, and the last car I did had scratches on it, I'm not buffing those out. They're not paying for it. They're paying
Mm-hmm.
for a wash, clay, and seal. That's it. So they gave it to me with scratches. They're getting it back with scratches.
And we all
Um,
know Greg's motto. It's either going to be gas, grass, or ass. He's getting paid one way or the other.
I don't want to
I
tell you
haven't
how
heard
I paid for my M6.
that.
Great, came over here.
I haven't heard that since the 70s, Dave. That's yeah. That's my feeling on it. I mean, what are your guys' thoughts? That
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
I couldn't
For
have
me,
said it
it's
better myself.
yeah.
mhm.
You're gonna get into the door jams. Like when you get your
Grass,
car
gas,
and
or
you
ass.
look at it, and your floor mats are clean, and you've gone that extra mile to kind of brush off the pedals and the infotainment screen and everything just dialed in. When you get it, you're like, holy shit, this looks a lot. This looks better than the day I bought it, and you didn't even polish it. Yeah, that's detailing. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
He also just wrote in the chat, I don't think you're a detailer unless you have a customer.
Well, you don't have a business if you don't have a. You could be a. You don't have a business if you're doing that, but it doesn't mean you're not a detailer. I mean, I could detail one car.
Yeah, weekend warriors are definitely detailers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can be very transparent. The Porsche that I put the Young 6 on this weekend, I have no idea. Even their BMW had all these scratches on it. It was just amazing. I could not believe the amount of scratches. And he did a polish on it, but I don't know how much of a polish he did. Because when I got there, before I got there, I told him, you need to have this car ready to go. I don't want to do any polishing. Well, I ended up polishing that car and the BMW. And it looked a lot better after I polished it, but there was still scratches on it. I'm not going for perfection on any of the cars that I have. That's not who I am, and I don't have the time for it, and I don't want to go for perfection.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, one of the things that Eddie taught me is look at it 2 feet away, 2-3 feet away. How's it look? Looks really good. Get up real close, you see those scratches. But that Porsche looks amazing. That blue, and even my sister's black BMW looks just phenomenal. Anyway, we got another question, a couple more questions. One from J Farm.
All right, J Farm asks, do you think there is actual durability testing that simulates abrasion and whatnot from the coating companies, or just looking at the ingredients and making scientific estimations on coatings? Well, everyone knows if you look at the SDS, you can basically replicate whatever the coating is. Everyone knows that. But as far as abrasion, I do know that they do abrasion tests, but not quite like what Dimitri does. I don't think they have. I'm sure they have a machine like that, but I've seen different companies do different types of abrasion tests. Some of them do physical abrasion. Some of them do dirt abrasion from like almost like sandblasting, but with like really fine particulates. And then you get the car washing with mitts and soap and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think they definitely have some sort of testing in order to get some sort of data, but I just don't think it's that extensive.
Right. It's very. Go ahead, Fernando.
And it's not standardized from one company to another, right?
Yeah,
so you're comparing apples to oranges.
Right. That's the biggest thing. I think we all like to see parity within the market where it's standardized testing, because then we can measure, okay, they've done this type of testing or this method of testing. We know how they got to their results, and we can quantify it by, what they end up coming up with. We already know that, Christy.
One of the cool things with that, that CCI, because they state that they tested down to like 40%. So they actually put a number of what, so when they put like with their 1 year, basically at 1 year, they're expecting that should still perform at 40%. It's not one of those where they're taking it down to, that, it's still there, even though you can't see it. It's not, so I thought that was pretty cool. Now, how you tell what 40% is, I have no idea, but
just put a little lactic acid, it'll bring back the coating.
water spout remover, it'll do it.
Yep. Makes the water dance, or the coating dance, or something like that.
Dance,
I don't know. Yeah.
It causes some type of reaction that I'll never say again in my life. One more question.
Detailing with AK says, for those Labo guys, what 5 products would you say someone new to the line should try? I only have the 2 Preludios.
Detailing with AK. I got you. I'm a Labo fanboy.
Go for advice.
I'm just not on Corey's level though. But Primus, 100%. Honestly, you should just buy a 4.5 liter because you're gonna use it. Then I would go the 2PH for their interiors, Glico and Ductile. Even if you don't use it for like necessarily like stains, like the 2PH, you can still use Glico as a regular interior cleaner. And as a APC as well, and it's very good in my opinion. I'd also go Sidero iron remover, one of the few dilutable iron removers, and last but not least, Natito, the glass cleaner.
That's good.
All
That'd
hitters.
be my list. My 5
Stamp
products.
of approval on that one.
Yeah.
HPC Pro. I know. I know that's French, but
Yeah,
they make magnificent products. The only thing I'm not a fan of the Labo products is their protection, but they make great cleaners, my opinion.
Have you used their HPC Pro?
Not ceramics, like their sealants, like
Oh, okay. Beneficia, Cupido, and all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of those, but I haven't used their ceramics.
Their detailer is not bad. I don't mind Perfecta. It's actually rather nice to use.
The HPC Pro, fellas, holy shit, that's a fantastic coating.
And Frank was a new convert to it.
Expand on that.
Yeah,
and TPR, right?
I haven't used the pans. The last Thursday I showed that I had it and blah blah blah, and
yeah, you did. That was so funny.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I just opened it up.
Well, I had to use it.
It's like,
so,
is it full? I'm open.
That Saturday. That Saturday I used it, and I haven't used pans, but everybody and their mama says it's one of the easiest coatings they've ever used, and I can go ahead and say, yeah, that's right up there with pans. And even though I haven't personally used it, I've got a 3-year, but you're talk about 1 to 1.5 minutes of dwell time, and it might have been 90 plus degrees. It was mid 90s, 20 to 30% humidity, and it was a dream. No high spots. Well, I'll actually find out if I have any high. So you always, for me personally, I always find the high spots the first time I wash it. So, but I was going from one panel, like wiping, leveling, and then going 6 inches the next panel to just make sure. And it was slick to the touch. It wasn't grabby. It's a beautiful coating to use. Holy crap. Yum 6. Right up there with Yum 6. Yeah, just
what about how does it look?
It looks fantastic. On the Mazda, oh man, it is I would say, versus Yum 6, because that is the last coating that I've used on the Bronco. I would say Yum 6 still has that deep, rich, wax-looking gloss to it. And not because I put waxes on it as toppers, but
that's what sets Yum 6 apart, is the look it gives afterwards.
Yes, HPC is a kind of a classic cool glow. Of course, warm glow, cool glow, but it's in between cool and warm. It's a fantastic looking coating. Yeah, easy to use.
Pretty,
but you use the Pro.
Yes, I did use the Pro.
Now he has to get certified, or he has to start bothering people to help him get it.
Yep.
Yep. And I want the 50 mil. I want to be certified so I can buy the 50 mil.
So if the Pro was so easy to apply, imagine just the regular one. It's probably
absolutely.
Easier.
Yeah. And Corey sent me a clip of somebody testing the hydrophobics on the HPC 2.0. I believe that was it, not the Pro. And I was like, holy crap, that looks fantastic. He said, yeah, and that's not the Pro. So I'm excited to see. I haven't even got the car wet yet, which I can, but I did it last Saturday. I think I'm gonna wash it tomorrow. It's Friday. I'm on 6 days. I don't care. I'm gonna do me.
When's your vacation over? Next week?
On the 13th.
13th, okay. October.
Yep.
Yeah. That's it with the questions. Anything else, gentlemen?
No. I think we've left it all on the field. I think we gave it 100%. We try to play hard, and I think we play pretty hard.
Good game, guys. Good game.
What was that?
We're gonna end with a strong note. We're gonna end with that.
He was waiting for that. So with that, we will let you guys go. Thank you very much for tuning in. Come back next week. We have some big things happening this summer. Just remember that we have people taking vacations, and some people will be around, some people won't be around. A lot of things going on for people during the summertime. So you may or may not get an invite sent into your in basket one of these days. But thanks again for tuning in. We really appreciate it. As always, please stick around for the next 45 seconds.
Especially today.
And you guys stick around. Just got to tell you a couple things.
Important.
Well, yeah, not real important, but exciting stuff. So, all right, you guys all take care. Have a great week and weekend. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Thanks for listening to Clear Coat Confessions. Just a quick reminder, the opinions and hot takes expressed by our guests today are entirely their own and don't necessarily reflect the views of the hosts. Detailing involves heavy tools and strong chemicals, so if you try any of the techniques or products we talked about today, you do so at your own risk.